You know.
So I'm sure that the main concern that you hear back from when you engage with people on this is that this thing that you've identified is in some sense maybe not a thing at all. That this is almost an illusion of language when you talk about, or of thought, when you say, well, of course there is possibility in something that becomes something else. It doesn't mean that there is. I mean, I lack the words to make this criticism, but you know what I mean? That there's nothing there.
That's the crucial pivot. That's the crucial divide. Is it or isn't it?
Right.
Is it my imagination, my construct, or is it the real deal?
Right.
But that's the crucial question here.
Right.
And that's what has to be ascertained.
Could you ever? I mean,
well,
one ever?
I believe you can. I'll explain to you why. There's key major gaps in philosophy and physics, biology, and this neatly fills all the gaps. So if I have, so to speak, a simultaneous solution, which I can go one by one, how it simultaneously solves all the problems, you have to entertain the possibility that's correct.
Give me one example of a big problem solved.
Okay. We know evolutionary biology, natural selection. There's a global consensus on natural selection. But what's making the choices in natural selection? What's choosing which direction it goes? In the olden days was survival of the fittest, but that's been rejected.
Has it?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Is a butterfly the fittest? Is a flamingo the fittest? You know, is the fittest not a simple slug? You know, which is the fittest to survive? Right. Wait. I'm simplifying radically. Okay. But if you look at Wikipedia, let's look at Wikipedia now. Evolutionary biology consensus. Let's get it on screen.
Okay.
You'll see that it says they don't know. They don't know what's choosing the route of. There is natural selection. We all agree.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't need me to agree, but we all. I buy into it.
Yeah.
But they don't know what's driving it.
But that implies a directionality that most people, not maybe Thomas Nagel in his recent book, but most evolutionary biologists would say is not there.
And they're wrong. They're wrong. The goal, there is a goal. It's extraordinariation. The goal is potential/extraordinariation. Well, according to my hypothesis, they're wrong. According to my hypothesis, they are wrong, and they will be proved wrong.
But okay, but I just began this little bit by asking you to give an example of a problem that is solved by your idea.
That's one problem.
And you're suggesting now that it's that a problem that only really exists in the first place if you buy into your idea, because Richard Dawkins would just say, well, there is no problem about the direction of evolution there because there isn't a direction.
No, but there's a choice. There are choices made by evolution. What's driving the choices? Even if you say there's no direction, what's driving the choices?
Well, I'm not an expert on the main.
You're expert enough. You're expert enough.
But they would. Okay, so the devil's advocate response is it is. It's a question. It's a question of the best the organisms that are the best adapted to their environment, and the ones that are not die off. They're not less successful reproducing.
That's a norm. Stay right there. You got it. Say it slowly.
You talk about evolution making choices.
Yes, natural selection. There's a selection within that. There is a natural selection.
Yeah.
But what's the criteria?
The criteria is adaptedness to the environment.
Well, let's read the article of Wikipedia. What's really driving it? It's a little this. It's a little that. It's a little this. And this guy will say this. This guy will say that. And they've done observation, statistical explanation, and there's no clear consensus. Once one guy writes a book, this study said that.
Let's hold that constant for the sake of argument.
Right.
Let's agree on that for now. You then brought in this word extraordinariation.
Right. Okay. So in my theory, what's driving the choices in natural selection throughout history is my concept of quest for potential, which has embedded at the end of it extraordinariation. Let me clarify that evolution is looking for three components when it makes a choice. and I'm playing evolutionary biologist, please forgive me.
Okay.
I get away with a lot of stuff, and
Okay.
I have to do this to do my craft.
Okay.
I have no choice.
Okay.
It looks for survivability,
Yep.
then it looks for a wide array of potential,
Okay.
and finally, a possible route towards extraordinariation. It's always looking at that component as well, that this gets us towards extraordinariation.
What is extraordinariation? Is it
Okay.
complexity?
No, it's not just complexity. It's the extraordinariation is a whole other wide universe of terms.
Okay.
Q4P is looking for extraordinariation down the road. It might be extraordinariation of consciousness, of beauty, of spirituality, of givingness. We don't know exactly, and Q4P itself may not know exactly which combination it's looking for to reach extraordinariation, but it for sure is looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I maintain that humans are along that route of extraordinariation. And I would postulate that between the 65 million years ago and 248 million years ago, the dinosaurs were the optimal possible route at that point in time,
Yeah.
given the possibilities at hand. They were wiped out, things evolved, and we're along the new axis, the discerned axis towards extraordinariation. That's addressing your point. And so that's one, the evolution biology is one area.
Yeah, sure. No,
Okay.
one of many, as you said.
Okay,
Yeah.
how do we get from what ignited the universe? I maintain that Q4P ignited the universe. I can get into that more.
Okay.
Who are we? We are potential in corporeal form. Where are we heading? Where are we headed? We're heading towards optimal potential. Who are you? Who are you, Mr. Journalist? What's your deal? When you make choices,
Yeah.
what choices are you making? I maintain that you're making the exact same choices. You're playing chess with your life. First you want to survive.
Mm-hmm.
Then you want flexibility of options and potential.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, you want to go for the gold.
Right.
You want to be great at one or two things, if possible. I'm saying on an individual level, and a cosmic level, and an evolutionary level, we're all doing the same thing. We're going to survive. We've got to pay the rent. We have to have food to eat.
Yeah.
Then we're playing for options and play at our potential as a journalist, as a friend, as a lover, whatever. But ultimately, many of us have our goal, to do something significant, to make a mark, to leave a legacy if possible.
Mm-hmm.
So to speak, extraordinariation on a very human, personal level. And the cosmos doing the exact same thing. Why is that? Because we're all mimicking the cosmos. The cosmos is we're mimicking the cosmos, and every down to the cellular level. I hypothesize we're all doing the same three things: survival, potential, extraordinariation, and wrap it together as potential.
Right.
But it's three core phases. It's not three distinct phases.
Right.
But they're all nested within each other. You need survival to get to potential. You need potential to get to extraordinariation. Not all of us are blessed with the possibility of extraordinariation. Some of us just playing for brute survival every day of our lives, to the dying day. But some of us have the option.
I'm still stuck on extraordinariation because it seems that involves a whole bunch of value judgments about what is good to have achieved, what is
Right.
more beautiful, and
You're
what is
1,000%
ugly.
right, and that's a whole universal discussion. Wait,
Right.
and I say I allow some of the possibilities. I don't know.
Right.
I say that I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know that. I don't know exactly what the combination is. I say it might be in the realm of spirituality.
Okay.
It might be in the realm of givingness, literally. It's old-fashioned, but maybe in the realm of givingness. It might be in the realm of religiosity, frankly. I don't know. It might be in the realm of intellectuality. It might be in the realm of spirituality. I'm not sure how it plays out. Now remember, you have this concept of messianic era, floating through many religions, many thoughts. I'm saying it's all vectoring towards the same idea of an extraordinary ideal, and that I suspect, I conjecture, that the cosmos is also vectoring towards this ideal. It may not even know exactly which ideal.
Mm-hmm.
If it knew exactly what it was looking for, it would probably go quicker towards it.
Right.
We're writing grand metaphysics here.
Yeah.
We're looking for common axis, spinal column, right down the middle of the cosmic order.
Right.
From the origins point to the end point, if possible.
Yeah.
I'm playing with concepts.
Yes.
And I'm looking for simultaneous solution.
Yeah.
That sort of resonates well. I'm not a physicist.
No.
I'm not a chemist. I'm not a biologist. I deal in concepts, but I feel I can discern what sort of seems, what's aesthetically elegant, and seemingly powerful, and sort of works.
Yeah.
Is this a matrix which I can guide my life by, that I can give my children guide their lives by, in parallel to any religious matrix they may have adopted, not fighting religion too much, and certainly embracing all the definitive data from science and knowledge. Meaning, metaphysics cannot fight physics, but it can tweak areas of physics which are not discerned. If you understand what I'm saying.
I think so, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
Meaning, you're ambiguous about evolutionary biology? Trust me, you are. No matter what you say, you guys are. I'm saying, well, try this out. And I say, you try out this formula. Since it works on so many different areas, it might just work on your area. Okay? Okay.
I mean, the implication of what you're saying is that one point in the favor of what you're saying, what you've written here, is that it suggests a research program. That it suggests you may not be the physicist or the evolutionary biologist, but it suggests what could be done. But my concern is that this is such a sort of primal concept that, I mean, what could say you had you know a top evolutionary biologist who said, okay, I'm willing to do whatever you tell me to do to try and see if this is accurate in my field. What would be the thing that he or she would have to do to try and prove it or not prove it?
Okay, I need the Ayokin piece from the book or from the scroll down. Okay, so we lucked out a ecologist professor read the books, and he says it works in evolution. It works in ecology.
In ecology, okay.
And it matches the current scientific paradigm in ecology.
Right.
And I'll give you the piece, and you actually might want to speak to me. Okay.
Yeah.
And he suggests proposes a working hypothesis, overarching working hypothesis for many fields. If each field in itself should check it out. So that's really what you're angling for.
Yeah, I mean, an example of what would be the thing that would be, what would be the results that would either confirm or disprove your way of seeing it.
Right, I really hope Nora comes back with the Alioka piece, because we have it readily all over the place.
Okay, well, while I'm waiting, I'll put you back in.
Right. So we're making progress, right?
Yeah,
step by step.
I think so.
Right.
Again, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It's that
you want more.
It's that it might not be. It's the strange feeling that in saying something so large, you might have said nothing. If I'm being total devil's advocate.
That's fine. Okay, you can really probably want part 2, but then you can read part 1. But then what do you want? Part 2 is ecology. Here, start here. Maybe start there, and then track back. Are we live? Okay, good.
Much reason because the present potential is a word to explain the kind of principal review of other scientific theories. Well, it's certainly a good point in your favour. I'm trying to work out what he growth and regulation of the population of living organisms. So that's the bit where he's saying this observed piece of evidence from my field is parallel, but it connects well to your thesis.
Right.
I mean, now it's always the counterfactual, though, isn't it? It's like what situation would have to pertain for him to be able to say, well, clearly Birnbaum is wrong?
You have to speak to him, right?
Right, I will.
And you see, I view myself as a macro conceptual theorist.
May I keep this?
Yeah. Or if you want to call macro artist. But there's a limit to what I can do. You understand?
Right, yes.
And remember, I'm proposing a global paradigm shift across the board. All fields, intellectual, academic, scientific. This is proposing a global paradigm shift. Global on everything, on every area.
What has been, I mean, you've given me some
Right.
very positive, what has been the general response? Not from, I mean, I appreciate,
Right.
very importantly, ecologists, mathematicians and physicists, but what has been the response of philosophers in general to
Okay, well,
this
in
work?
general, there are two classes of response. Many people just don't understand what I'm saying at all. Okay, and we had reviews, mainly positive. Maybe this one in 30 was a little hysterical,
Okay.
and we couldn't quite understand what they said, but we posted it anyway on the site, just for the sake of full disclosure.
Right, yeah.
I would say that like this. It turns out very interesting that people in theology are quite simpatico, to our surprise. People in academic philosophy are a little hostile. They're not hostile to the concept, they're hostile towards me. And that's what comes out.
Huh, why do you think that is?
Well, you tell me. But I'm hostile toward me, an outsider. Who the hell is this guy telling us what to do? Telling us that we got it wrong? You know, who the blank does he think he is? Something like that, you know, he should go kill himself. Basically, sooner the better.
Right.
I think that's the guiding theory.
Right.
Okay? And the physical sciences, we want them to engage, and remember, usually, it's very important, usually people write to one or the other constituency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I call one the soft constituency, theology, philosophy, metaphysics, like a gentle constituency.
Yeah.
They have hard sciences constituency, physics, chemistry, math.
Yeah.
Usually people write for one or the other.
Yeah.
But here I'm writing for both.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's the same story.
Yeah.
And look, I've been at this since I'm like 10 years old, basically. And I only came up with this Q4P at age 32.
Right.
Now, I'm 63. 43, 44, but I'm 63.
Right.
It's now 30 years into this, since I'm observing it, etc. I see it works.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a contradiction from any field. I see it more and more. I see people buy into it, and I don't see it's right. I see it's very powerful, very elegant.
Right.
I think it's aesthetically elegant. I like that. As a regular citizen of this planet, I like things aesthetically elegant. I like it. It's simple but sophisticated. It's simple, potential, but it's sophisticated because yada yada yada. It's this, this is this. So I like it that way. It's just the right zone. And many scientists have said the eventual solution will be right in that zone, simple yet sophisticated.